today on Pirate Radio Live. Our guy, Rahjai Harris, continuing to work out and get ready for the next chapter of his life and his football life. Rahjai, how we doing, man?
Doing good, man. I died this morning, man. Just not shook back like the last 10 minutes.
Oh man. All right.
But
Well,
I'm
glad.
good though, man. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing good. Weather a lot better than it was when we talked last week. We had some ice and a lot of stuff going on last week, but man, it's been beautiful around these parts. Hope the same there in South Carolina.
Yeah, man. It's the weather just bipolar. You just never know what you're gonna get out of it.
Exactly. Kind of the topic of the week. It started Monday when we talked to Justin Hardy. I had reached out to Donnie Kirkpatrick and said, "Hey, you got any good like stories or something I could bring up with Justin?" And he said, "Yeah, ask him about when he lost his credit card before a Thursday night ESPN game and." He was all freaked out, but still had a good game. So
No.
I asked Justin about it, and he said at that time, like his entire life was on that card, everything. So, you know how hectic a situation like that can be. But he said he
That's
went
probably a
out.
terrible feeling.
Oh man, no doubt. But went out, had a great game because he was a great player. So I've asked, Holton about it. Holton told a story. It was more about, I guess, Isaiah Winstead than Holton, but Winstead's contact, something was off, and he couldn't see the ball from far
Oh.
away. And Holton said the whole game he had to audibly tell him the signs, like run halfway to down the side to talk to him. So that's kind of been our topic
Yeah, I
with
remember
form.
that.
Okay. How about you? Like, because my point was, we don't know what's going on in y'all's personal lives when we're watching you play a football game. You could
Yeah.
have had a bad day with your girlfriend, or a bad grade, or like a serious family thing. So, like, does any kind of distraction come to mind for you, Rahjai, that you had to kind of overcome going into a game or anything like that?
Um, I'd say going back to my freshman year when I found out I had a baby on the way.
That's some
It
news,
was
yeah.
it was like the first week of camp. I think it was like the third, fourth day of fall camp. My very first camp, and it took me like 2, 3 months just to tell anybody on the team. I had been told my parents, but I kept it in, man, like the whole camp. And I don't know, it gave me an extra push. Yeah, it was probably one of the biggest secrets I've ever kept a day in my life. I mean, you been around the guys every day during camp, and you don't even tell them some of the best news you've ever received. So
Right.
that had to be one. The other one I'd say, talking about Isaiah Winstead, I've literally seen him break a finger at practice,
Oh man.
and he taped it up and went right back out there. And there was no excuse on dropping the ball. Like that dude was wired different, man. He still is wired different.
So yeah, we used to talk to him weekly during the season, and I think I asked him a couple times, like, "How's the finger doing?" And he'd just show us and be like, "Yeah, it's always going to be messed up for the rest of my life." Like basically say, "You don't need to ask me anymore. It's
You
it's
don't need a
jack
finger.
it's jacked up."
His mentality is he probably don't even need the finger. He good. He got to
No
catch it
doubt.
regardless.
Yep. Yeah, that's and that's another thing too, kind of on the similar line, but the injuries and like just stuff y'all deal with, and I ain't got to tell you about that, right? But like like you feel good, hopefully going into a season, but by week 2 or 3, you just kind of start dealing with the pain, right?
Yeah, and then you got to think too. We play on Saturday, and then we have practice on Sundays. So it's like after a game, you sore, bumps and bruises. Your ankle might be swollen, but you still got to go out there Sunday and practice. So I think that's another big thing for athletes that people don't really consider, man. Like we're not robots, but we work like robots. You know what I'm saying? Twenty
That's
four
a
seven. And once you do it so many times, it's like your body gets so used to it, and you grow them calluses in your mind that you can do it. You can push through it. So
mm.
yeah, Sunday practices. I never forget Sunday practices ever, ever.
We're not robots, but we practice like that. That's a good way to look at it. Uh, Rajay, you and I guess I don't know. You guys have to kind of police yourselves, and when it comes to keeping your body as fresh as possible, and um, the recovery part of it. Like I'm sure the team does their part, but like you got to take some responsibility in yourself to do that too, right?
Yeah, man, it's you versus you. You know, they can tell you what to do, but you know your body better than anybody else. So, one thing I prided myself on was just being in and out of that training room and that weight room, just taking care of my body, no matter if it's cold tubs, needles, going to the weight room, roll out, no matter what it is, man, I'm just trying to find ways to just keep going because it's longevity. It's a game of longevity. You feel what I'm saying? So, taking care of your body is a must, especially like coming out of camp. You gotta think coming out of camp, you hit almost every day. So like it breaks your body all the way down. Now you got to build it all the way back up. So you definitely got to take care of your body for sure.
Rajay, your name came up when we talked to Holton yesterday because I asked him about this time, what he remembers, kind of the unknown about going into his professional career, and he said, like in your case, and you got a little girl, so the excitement of it versus kind of the nervousness of it, and hey, you could be shipped off to across the country to Seattle like he was, or whatever. You just don't know. So
Yep.
what's the balance of excitement right now to kind of the unknown also?
I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited to just. I guess you could just put it in words as like starting a new journey, flipping the page from college to start my professional career with this. And you never really think about the ins and outs. You always think about the good of things, but lately we've been thinking about like everything. Like you said, like when I do get picked up, how's it gonna be with traveling with Emory and getting Emory up there? Is they coming right away, or they need to wait until it's official? All these different things that you got to take in consideration, man, because she don't know what's going on right now. You feel what I'm saying? She'll just know that dad's gone for a little bit. Um, Football, that's what she say. Daddy's going to football. So um, me and Destiny's been doing a great job of just talking and communicating these last couple months, man, on this next transition. Just getting ourselves ready for it mentally.
Rajay, ever since I've talked to you, I mean, you've been a very mature young man. But one of my favorite parts of doing this is seeing guys grow from freshmen to seniors, and then even beyond, and like the next stage. And tomorrow on the show, we're going to welcome on, I guess, Coach Bivens, Bruce Bivens, now part of
Uh
the
oh.
ECU football staff. And that's just really cool to see him stay in the game of football, but more so than that, being still involved with East Carolina football. So how about that? Bruce Bivens continuing his football career with the Pirates.
Excited for him, man. I'm excited for him. I'm glad I'm not in the past with him no more, man, because Bruce didn't play around. Yeah, Bruce did not play around, but I mean, excited for him, man. He's a football guy. He's a pirate for life, man. He used to always come out and watch practices and you know, give us game and stuff that he's seen, off the field, man. So I'm very excited for Bruce. And Coach Harold, that was a great hire for him, just because that's somebody that's done been around the program, played in the program, and now he's getting the opportunity to give back to the program. So very excited for Bruce, and hopefully we have a lot more people in the future, man, that plays, that steps up and give back to the community like Bruce did.
Definitely, and obviously Coach Harrell has a lot of trust in him because he
Most
was his
definitely.
position coach, right? Linebacker coach,
Yeah,
coaching Bruce.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome to see. Rajay Harris joining us. Rajay getting ready for the conference tournaments here. We got a basketball conference tournament that starts on Sunday. Actually, East Carolina has 3 games left in their regular season, so getting down the stretch here, I'm looking forward to that. I always ask you, all right, what are you keeping up with? You watching any sports right now or anything?
I ain't gonna lie. I told you this last time. I don't really be watching, but
Yeah,
the Luca and LeBron, that's really been turning my head lately because I feel like Luca started off slow, but now he's starting to get his rhythm, and they got an opportunity to do something special. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm a LeBron fan, so I want LeBron to do it regardless. But it's looking real good for them. But nah, man, not really. I don't really watch too much sports like that, man. I be in my own little world out here in the country.
out in the country. All right. Well,
Out in
Rajay,
the country.
we'll let you get back to it, man. Always enjoy talking with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Have a great week, and we'll
Most
reconvene
definitely.
next week.
You too, man. Appreciate you.